Greetings, mortals. I am Natus, one of the rules of the underworld, or specifically the rule of manga hell, and today we'll be reacting to the newest chapter of Iruma, chapter 257, titled The Call of Pain. Now, unfortunately, we didn't manage to get the previous chapter's reaction out time, so unfortunately, we will have to be reacting to the chapter to one chapter before it. I hope everyone's gonna be fine with it, and I feel like it doesn't really matter. Since the last chapter, we really didn't get much. It was more like just a bit of a threat to see how threatening a toy is, popping one of the balloons, with a toy continuing to fight, and then ending up with Sabnok going, his devil, his wicked face. So nothing real that crazy, so I think it's fine that we skipped it. Now, with that brief explanation out of the way, let's get to the actual chapter here, and we actually start this chapter off with a flashback that we actually did get in the a few chapters ago with Sabnok and Balam, and this is like during the whole, when Balam had like super short hair. But yeah, anyways, we get Balam in this flashback reacting to Samak saying just once. It was like, you've only had your wicked face once in your whole life? Which is very surprising because, wicked faces seem to be something that you can actually get. It seems to be more common. It's basically like you get the teenager spurs, that. So it is surprised by Balam that Samak only has one. Well, Samak only did have it once. As they were son explained to him that he's like, yes, these are the details. As he hands over some papers. I guess Samnak wrote everything in detail for Balam to understand. I mean, Balam is the type of teacher I would think wouldn't be denying it, would just be like surprised by it. Like here. So anyways, they were Balam looking at these papers like, this is amazing. I'm surprised you've been able to surpass it for so long. It must have been very difficult keeping up with the amount of self-care that would require. So yeah, then we have as someone explained about his wicked face. It's like, my wicked face is tainted by my bloodline. I don't want to rely on the strength of my wicked face or my family. So for my training, as then Balam just cuts him off like, I see, I understand. So I guess Sabnak's wicked face seems to be a similar type of thing as Kalago is Cerberus curse, where he's not able to get a new familiar type of thing, or it's not exactly like that. It follows the similar principles. So yeah. Anyways, then we cut to a little bit after, as by the looks of things, seems to be this is a bit before, somewhere between the meeting with Iruma and Samnak in the I think library and Bala and this event. As then we have Bala be like, "You've changed your mind." As they have someone saying, "Yes, sir. Back then, I didn't want to be controlled by my bloodline, but now I think that facing it will help me grow. Therefore, please teach me how to release my wicked face." So yeah, now he's using the wicked face, which does make sense. Speaking realistically, I mean, besides, the wicked face is a part of him, regardless, even if there is some kind of bloodline relation to it. But it does make sense that he would actually ask. So, anyways, it seems that then we have Balam, one of Balam's wines that he has, grab like a jar, as then Balam's like, these are wicked face pills made specially for you. So I'm not sure if this is like one of those jumping around time, or if this is just Balam already having it ready, in case if Samnak ever came here. But regardless, he has them. And these bills visually look like eyes that are halfway closed. Funny enough, as then we have Sabnag explaining, well, Balam explaining to Sabnag, we will begin your training after the Heartbreaker, but you must promise me one thing. The only times you will use these are during my training sessions or when your life is in jeopardy. So I guess it's implying these pills are something that's he only recently got. Like I said, somewhere between that and now it seems to be implied it was. Actually, this might also imply there was a gap here, but again, it's kind of difficult to tell the passage of time in flashbacks in a manga panel. As then we have Balam saying to Sam like, because your true power is extremely dangerous. So basically, Balam's like, no jokey when you're using these pills. Like, no jokies. Now, I also am kind of curious if these wicked face pills can be used by everyone, because, Balam says they're made specifically for sub for Sabnok, and we didn't get much of a reaction. And from things that happened later in the chapter, it's very unclear on that front. So, anyways, then we get to a bit of an explanation on the demon Sabnok, which right now we get like this very weird lioness form. It's kind of similar to Kaim's form a few chapters ago, where his ancestors were like these giant owl monsters. Here we have like a giant lion monster, which to be fair does make sense, but still. So I guess we can assume it's like the same kind of generations, which does make me wonder if we're ever gonna get more information about this timeline. Like I think that's what Baal wants to cause this time period, or or something before this time period, or if something else. Like I don't know. It was very interesting how much we're focusing on this arc. So yeah, anyways, then we have the narration saying, for generations, they've been in charge of forging weapons for the Demon King's army. The weapons they create are the strongest and most lethal in the entire Netherworld. So Samnak's family is the top blacksmiths, and there is one special trait that only Samnak's weapons possess: pain. So similar to how archers have despair, the weapons by Sabnox have a pain thing. As we also see like a little someone being wounded or some kind of wound. As then we get a very long explanation on the weapon here. We get like a spear explained as they're like, any weapon that Samnak forges with their heart and soul turns black and amplifies the pain it inflicts exponentially. Then we get a bit of a visualization. Even the smallest scratch will make its victims writhe in agony. Their pain they suffer is so intense that they can go into shock and die from it. So yeah, I guess we see like this guy getting a little wounded, like some, like a back muscle wound, like here, here's where he gets like wounded, but then we see him on the floor, just covered in blood with the same wound, like it's barely anything. Uh, so yeah, these weapons are killing machines. Sounds like something that no wonder Baal wanted a weapon from it. So God knows how powerful that weapon that Baal wanted is. Was the sword or a spear? I think it was a spear, but I can't remember exactly. Although it could also have been completely covered. I don't know, I should probably check that. But all I know is that weapon that Baal wanted is probably not gonna be a good thing. Anyways, then we cut back to the present. As the Nano ends his explanation with, and then that hellish pain. As we see Sam looking his wicked face approaching Atori, as Nano says, transmits, it is transmitted back to Sapnok. So I'm not sure, wait, I'm guessing this means that he gets more powerful from it or something? Like one of those boosts, because I feel that would explain why Sam doesn't want to use them. But anyways, Subnug now has like 4, 5, 6, I think it's 6 spears, right? And he sends them all in this like very cool jumper in the air panel. We just sends them all at the toy as we see like one hitting him in the leg, one hitting him in his shoulders, although it seems like they could miss. And then we see it like one as then we have like a toy just coughing blood from it, like it's playing a bit as one of the blood spats actually goes on Samnak's face, as then we have nothing and turns into pleasure. So Samnak in their wicked faces actually start to enjoy causing people pain. As then we have all happy of that. As then we have a toy basically going that a girl in a harem anime. This reaction as he's all like, oh, and so he's looking at it kind of like all no, I don't want to say happy, but just looking so that like, oh, how wonderful. So yeah, he's getting turned on by this. Oh great, we have a Hisoka situation here. Anyways, they have Starbuck making like a giant hammer with spikes on it, and he just slams that down on Tori. As then we have a Tori be like, "Oh, it hurts!" As he's clearly very happy by it. So I'm not sure what Tori's bloodline magic is. The last chapter just had like some kind of reference to how his hands are like spears, so I'm not sure if that has anything to do with it. But regardless, it seems that Tori who can handle a lot of beating, especially now because while he's hitting a toy with a hammer, he actually throws the hammer off to make like a canumbo, like Ron's Carter hat, and just starts slamming him into. And then it says, "Pain that makes you writhe and suffer until you beg for it to stop." As he we have that club hitting a toy again, but this club doesn't actually seem to have spikes. It just seems to have like it's just like some extra like little balls. Not sure if that's supposed to do something, but whatever. As then we have like someone continuing where it's like pain, as there's like pain, pain, pain. As then we get like a little voice like eek. As then we could face Samlock looks to where that voice came as we see the two fresh underclassmen there as the fish is one is like trying to I guess like help the scared one up as then the sun comes down a bit from that glee. I guess he has enough sanity for that at least. As then we have a toy immediately showing up behind Sama, grabbing him by the faces. So there's like old evil right now. Be like, if hey, why'd you stop? Look at me. Which I honestly can imagine this being like a big voice change in a moment because I just like this reaction here just feels like a very different to his previous personalities. And then we have Atoy just like slamming Sabnok to the ground as Atoy is basically confirming that he was getting aroused as he just states, "What a turn off!" as he just slams him down. I guess Atoy doesn't want to take breaks when he's in his sessions. As then we see Sabnok on the floor, a bit coughing blood a bit, and then like a whoosh. As then we have Atoy coming close to Sabnok. As then we have, I guess, looking a bit from Sagnok's outfit, as he's like, ta-da! As we see that jaw that he had. As then we have, Thor just playing a bit with it. It's like, I don't know what this is, but taking it really gets you going, right? It's like, I mean, you're finally getting close to betting for my team, referring to the six fingers and all that stuff. Which, to be fair, I feel like that's dangerous to be saying it out loud, dude. Like, you are aware you're being recorded right now. Like, let's all remind you that this is all being recorded right now, and this battle is clearly taking place after the balloon was already popped. So you can't even use the same argument with Torture Sensei, where he can at least say, "Oh, I had no idea about the balloons." Like this is literally a toy doing stuff, hurting a student after the reason was already not unnecessary. Like I'm pretty sure that little girl screaming, "But Sensei, the balloons already pop," was hurt. Anyways, then we have him like unwrapping that as he's laying on Samnak's chest. He's like, "So let's keep fighting and up the excitement." So I guess he wants to feed Samnak a few more of these pills which I have no idea what they can do. There's nothing stated here that they will do anything bad to them, but it is, still a factor. Like, I'm not sure if that's gonna do something or what. Anyways, they have Adore this, like, very, like, evil kind of shadowing, be like, try to beat me, stab me, and dice me up some more. Give in to the demonic pleasure. Don't be scared. Come, fall into depravity. As he's holding this like one of these pills in his head, as then he's like just wants to force Samnak to swallow it. As I'm not sure if Samnak even conscious at this point because he might be. It's just that he's too beaten after that hit, that slam to actually react to it. But regardless, Atoi's like it seems to want to force him to eat, and then Atoi's like, "Sensei, we'll catch you," saying that like weird sensei kind of thing he's gonna do. So yeah, he wants to force Sarah to eat this model, which again I have no idea what's gonna do. Anyways, then we have Atoy grabs Samnok and she starts to put the pill in Samnok's mouth. As then we have now a flashback with Samnok be like Sensei. As then we have Balan be like, oh, but Samnok-kun, you don't have to worry. In the unlikely event that you have to take these pills where you are alone, it'll be alright because as then we see we've got a bunch of green shadows coming around, as in Samnok's, I guess, conscious because of his eye, as we see Balam showing up using his, I think, feet to choke a toy, as him getting ready to punch a toy, as Balam in the flashback says, I will without fail come running to your side. Not sure this is implying that Balam is aware about the situation with the pills, and he just realized that all right, there is definitely no reason that any of the teachers should fight a student so much that he would require to use it, even if he wanted to win. It would not be necessary. Anyways, we have Bomb going for a punch as he just jacks a toy right in the face. As there we have Bomb just saying, "What the hell do you think you're doing?" Off angry and like a chat. As yeah. Now, unfortunately, we don't see what a toy's reaction to this was because it's the end of the chapter. But my God, that looked like a good, solid punch. Now, again, it's difficult to say that's really gonna have any effect on Tori because remember, all the hits pretty much just gave him a sexual pleasure. So I'm not sure if this punch by Balam here, even with all of his angry sensei rage, would even do much more to him. But still, it's kind of but still. So, by look to this chapter, we might be heading next week for a Balam versus a Toy situation. But I could easily see a Toy trying to spin it in a good way. Like, the thing is, again, Balam is aware there's something up with a Toy and Sheila, and he informed Sulyan, and I'm assuming Caligo was also informed of this situation, or the rest he's gonna be informed after this. But I don't know if it's just gonna call what's gonna happen exactly. And I also don't again know where do these six or serious question. Or we don't know where six figures rank in terms of like these demon rankings. Like we don't even get like a false idea. I don't think we know where teachers rank on these rankings. But alright, tell me. Alright, tell me in the comment. Do you think that that these six fingers could be on a similar tier of power as Balam and Caligo, like Arc of 8. Because again, we don't know much about them. I'm curious where do you think they rank? So I would like to know, Jared, get the gauge of where you think they are as powerful and how you interpret the whole situation with Bal's words about be careful about those two, because I think that's more like saying about you can't the Bal like again, even if Adore and Sheila would be able to beat Cargo and Balam. It's one of those things where, yeah, you can win, but it's gotta be more negative for you if you do it. It's kinda like how, even if you wanna say Shanks beats Big Mom, the Red Hair Pirates, and Shanks himself will still be wounded as all fuck situation. That's what I feel like it's going here with the Six Fingers and Balam and all that, but I'm not like sure. So do you think we're gonna have that? So where do you again think that Paul will get? Now, as for what I think's gonna happen, I honestly could see a door just kind of like BSing him, especially outside with something like, "Well, you see, Balam Sensei, maybe yeah, again, like probably not try not to continue it, but probably say some. You see, the important. Oh, actually, no, Balam can sense lies, and Katoi didn't help. Yeah, Toy didn't even help this when they were first talking to one another. So yeah, I guess the Toy is in trouble now. I think his cover is blown. I mean, maybe Sheeta's cover, maybe like Sheeta will be able to still keep her cover, but I don't think a Toy can at this point. Unless if Sheeta comes up and stops him or intervenes some way, but I don't think so. So yeah, anyways, I'm excited to see what's gonna happen next week, and I hope you're also excited to see what's gonna happen next week, and hopefully we'll be able to go into a more regular chapter reactions. So from now on, but anyways, I hope you like this reaction. I hope you leave a like and subscribe to this channel for more videos in the future. And that's it. I cannot wait to see all of you mortals next time. Goodbye.